Sagittarius, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, March 19th to Sunday, March 25th, 2018. Now, before I get started, I just want to remind you all that I do have my Mercury retrograde webinar coming up this Thursday, March 22nd at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. In that webinar, I'm going to talk about Mercury retrograde, what's going on, what it all means, and what some of the biggest alignments are in this retrograde period. Okay, what I see it being all about here is now that we've become a new person, doing new things, living a new life, especially with both Saturn leaving Sagittarius and Mars leaving Sagittarius, we need to adjust our identity. We need to adjust our perspective of who we are and how we do things to incorporate this new person that it is that we become, okay? We need to make sure we're not doing things by an old set of rules, by an old standard, by an old idea of ourselves that no longer exists, okay? So that's what we are going to talk about there in my retrograde webinar. If you are interested, please sign up at the link down below in my description box, and I really hope to see you all there. Now, Sagittarius, what we've got going on for you this week is we've got the sun hanging out the last degrees of Pisces in a conjunction with Chiron, the very beginning of this week, Monday and Tuesday, which is in your 4th house of home and family. So I think what's going on lately is that you've been trying to figure out what's going on with your home life, what's going on with your family, how you can feel much more emotionally comfortable in life, how you can have a home that you like better, or how you can start to build something in your life that really can last you long term and really resonates with you deep down at your core. Okay, so that's to me what it's been all about. Maybe it's been hard for you. It's been hard for you to feel emotionally comfortable in your life. It's been hard for you to work with home and family. Maybe it's been a little bit difficult too for you to start to build something in your life so that you can feel more stable and more secure and more comfortable. And I think what's going on at the end of last week and into this week, especially with the new moon happening last week, is that you're trying to come into new chapters with some of these difficulties and some of these hurt feelings so that you can start to feel much better with what's going on in your life, really begin to build something and really begin to move forward, okay? I think the thing that you're trying to figure out here is not just how you can feel more emotionally comfortable with your life and work better with home and family, but it also is how you can start to be happier now that you're building more stability into your life, now that you're tending more to your emotions in some way. The reason why I say that is because after the sun comes off of this conjunction to Chiron at the last degrees of Pisces, it then moves into Aries on Wednesday of this week, and Aries rules your 5th house of happiness, love, romance, a passion project, also entrepreneurial ventures come under there, and kids, if you have any kids. And I think what's going on is that you were trying to figure out what's going on in your home life, to work better with home and family, to feel better emotionally, and to build something deeply in your life so that you can start to be happier, so that you can start to feel more lighthearted, so that you can start to do more of what it is that you like and enjoy, knowing now that emotionally you're taken care of, knowing now that you have that stability and security in your life that you need to move forward, okay? And I think you've been trying to feel more secure in your life, and I think what's going on this week is that hopefully you start to find that security or come into new chapters with it so you can finally start to focus more on what you enjoy and doing more of that, working better with kids, working better on a passion project or a romantic relationship or something of the sort, okay? So that's what I see going on there. It's not something new. I think you've been thinking about how you can be happier for some time. I mean, who doesn't want to be happy? But I think you especially have been thinking about how you can be happy, work with kids, have a romantic relationship, even if it hasn't quite come to you yet. That's because we have had Mercury in a conjunction with Venus for the past few days, maybe a week or two coming in, where it will still be this week in your 5th house of happiness. Okay, so as you've been trying to find more of that stability and more of that security in life, I think you've been thinking a lot here about what relationships, what people you need in your life so that you can feel happy once you get this security and this stability. You've also been thinking a lot about your finances. How can you rearrange your money in a way that just makes you feel better, or in a way that can finance a child or a passion project that you're working on in some way, okay? So I think that's what's been going on, is that you've been trying to get your life in order in a very stable way, work better with home and family so that you can then start to be happier, having the right people in your life that are happier, and using your finances in a much better way too, okay? So that's what I see going on at the beginning of this week. Then after thinking about all of this stuff here, how you can be happy, work better with home and family, build more of that stability into your life, I think this weekend you finally start to act on it, to make a lot of progress here, to start to do some things, I think, to make you feel better. That's because on Friday, we do have the sun, which just moved into your 5th house of happiness, make a square over here to Mars, which just moved into your 2nd house of money, stability, confidence, and your gifts and skills and talents. And I think what goes on is now that you're starting to move forward here, feeling much more secure in life, hopefully feeling like you've got your family in order, now that you're starting to move forward to be happier, I think then the end of the week becomes a lot about, okay, now that I'm doing something that I enjoy, how can I be confident doing this? How can I use all my gifts and skills and talents to move forward doing this happy thing? Maybe a lot of it also becomes money. How can I make money from a passion project? How can I make money from something that I'm doing? How can I better financially support a child? How can I be more confident now searching for a romantic relationship? So I think those things start to come in here towards the end of the week. You start to finally, okay, now that I'm being happier, I need to make sure I've got the money that I need. I need to make sure that I'm confident using everything at my disposal to support this happy life that I'm trying to create and feel much more comfortable in. Okay, so that's what I think starts to go on at the end of the week. While that's happening, we also do have Venus here, also in your 5th house of happiness, making a square to Pluto, also in your 2nd house of money. So as you're trying to do something that makes you happier, feel more confident, more stable, more secure in your life, moving forward, I think maybe you realize, okay, maybe there's still some more changes that I need to make. Maybe in order for me to be happier and to feel more confident, I need to change the way I think of myself. I need to change the way I get money, the way I work with other people to get money in some way coming in, or maybe I need to use different skills and talents in order to fully let myself live the happiest life I can be and be more joyful. All right, so I think that's what starts to come in at the end of this week. Lots of action to build more stability in your life, doing something that you enjoy, and maybe having to make some tweaks here to your relationships, to your money, in order to let more of that confidence come into your life so that you can begin to move forward. Yeah, happening. Okay, while that's going on too, on Saturday we do have Mercury retrograde also going retrograde in your 5th house of happiness too. So saying, okay, if you're going to do something you like, and if you're going to start to be more confident moving forward on a passion project, a romantic relationship, kids, doing something you enjoy, how can you make sure that you're doing it right? How can you make sure that you're really being happy in the way that you want? How can you make sure that you're really doing a passion project in a way that really resonates with you? Okay, and not just trying to live a life that you feel better in moving forward, but how can you make sure that you're doing things right to support this happiness that it is that you want, and how to make sure now that you know who you're becoming and who you need to be now that so much has changed, so that you really can do what you need to find more of that joy in life. Okay, so that's what I see going on for you, Sagittarius. It's been a hard few years with Saturn being in your 1st house, Mars also being in your 1st house, your sign. But I think now things are starting to clear out. Things hopefully are starting to get easier, but you just have to make sure that you can build some stability in your life and some security in your life moving forward here as you try to find more of that happiness and more of that joy in your life that maybe you haven't had too much lately. Okay, so that's what I see going on for you, Sagittarius. Now your card for the week, is the 3. It's the 3 of Swords upright. This is typically a card of heartbreak and of hard things going on. I'm not sure why, because I see a lot of good things going on in the astrology, and you have your 5th house activated. But maybe what this brings is more clarity. Maybe you get more clarity here on what's going on with you, on what you financially can and cannot do, on what skills you do and do not have to support some happy thing. Okay, and maybe that could be hard for you. Maybe you have a realization that comes up this week about what's going on. Maybe you realize something right about your life, about some project you're working on, about kids, about a romantic relationship, something of the sort. But I think what it's meant to help you do here is to understand better where your life is from here on out, what it is that you need to do, so that you can start to build your life on the truth, build your life knowing with your eyes wide open more so what's going on than before. Okay, and I think if you cannot be afraid of hard things, not be afraid of hard realizations, I think you're going to find on the other side that it's going to help you to live a life doing something you enjoy that really can last, and that's not based on any illusions that you had about what makes you happy. Not like you have any illusions about that with Saturn in your sign, but I think maybe there's some realism that comes in this week, maybe that can help you to understand better how you can move forward feeling much more comfortable in life, okay? So that's what I've got for you this week, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, sign up for my Mercury retrograde webinar, and I will talk to you later.